Hello everybody. I welcome you to yet another video about the Blackboard system. Today we're going to talk about the gradebook system management. As you all are aware that gradebook is one of the most important factors that the students are quite familiar with, and they look forward for all their grades, may it be the midterm marks, the quizzes, assignments, or maybe the final exams as well. So let's get started and try to learn how we can manage the gradebook for the student in the Blackboard system. For that, select your course and then move down for your course inside the course content panel. Now this course panel or the control panel is going to handle all the activities related to your course inside the system. We will be discussing each and every activity step by step. But for today's class, we are going to talk about the Gradebook Center, which you will be trying to manage from this particular menu, that is the Grade Center. If you will move in to the Full Grade Center tab, the system is going to take you to some of the grades that has been either developed, or maybe the quizzes have been undertaken, or if you have created any specific announcement or assignment for that reasons. But in our case, we'll try to go to create some new columns where we'll be trying to maintain the information related to the midterm examinations. So let me try to write down midterm 2 because I have already entered the midterm, and I'll give it a name mid 2. Now in this case, I can write down a description for the students, that is midterm 2 marks, and I can display it as a score. If you want, you can calculate it maybe as a letter or as a text or as a percentage or maybe complete or incomplete only. So for complete and incomplete, the student will be able to see, hey, I have just completed that. If in case you want to display the percentage, that would be a percentage display from how much points you have received it. For example, if the midterm is of 20 and the student receives 15, it's gonna display 75%. So I'll leave it as a score. That would be easier for the student to understand. If you want, you can make the student see the percentage as well. But I recommend you just to be with the primary display instead of going to the secondary display also. At this point of time, I won't recommend to build up any category because it could be a little tricky to manage the categories. But in case if you are a pro with this system, you can try to prepare the evaluation of the grades in a specific part, whichever suits from this particular drop-down list. So the points is, let's say 15 from the midterm 2. And there is a due date. If in case you want to put it, you can place the due date, and in case you don't have a due date, you can leave it empty. Of course, you have to include this in the gradebook calculations because it is a part of their evaluation procedure, and then show this column to the students in their system. Absolutely yes. And if you want, you can show the statistics of this column to the students. So the students might not be really interested with the statistics. So I'll leave it as the default option no, and I'm going to go and click on submit. So successfully created midterm 2 gradebook assignment work. So if you will see here, there's a quiz which is already concluded in my case, and I have a mid 1 created because I'm going to take it soon. And then if you just got to scroll towards the right, which might be a little difficult, you will see that there is a mid 2 appearing here. Now the point is, either you can enter these things manually, or if the midterm 2 is taking place in online mode, you can connect the grades of the midterm directly appearing out here. For example, if a student appears 12, you can simply mention 12 in here and click an OK. But I would recommend that once you have completed the evaluation procedure, try to upgrade all the mid 1, mid 2 quizzes, assignments, projects, presentation grades, all of that inside the system. So that would be really helpful for the students to manage it. Remember, you can anytime send an email to the students related to their grades. For example, in my case, if I'm going to select all the items and I move in and email the selected users, that would be able to receive or send the information of their grades to all the students individually. You can try to support with an attachment. Maybe you can attach a file in case if you want to, or just in case if you don't want to attach anything, you can write down a message that, hey, this is your evaluation till this point of time, or precisely any other message or news that you want to send back to these students. Once done, you can click on a submit so that the grades till this point of time, whichever are there for an individual user, will be emailed to the user itself. So many a times it happens that the students ask us, how much is my grade till now? How much is my total score out of 60? Or maybe my sessional evaluation? How much is my practical evaluation? So you can anytime send up this part with the help of just one click of the button of email. I would also like to tell you that in case if you want to sort the items, you can also sort it with all these points directly, or the dates or the categories. It's all in your management console directly in the grade center. And I think this is pretty more simple to create the reports for the grade books. You can just try to move in. Let's say you put a date, the name, the course, and the university name by yourself. And you can try to include all the information of the users. Of course, the first name, last name, username, student ID, access dates, precisely all the columns if you want to, and maybe certain descriptions, all the information that you're going to collect back from this part, and you click on a submit. Maybe you can also preview it before doing that. And let me just try to move up and select a report name. So once you are done and you say, hey, demo report, and you can just preview the things. So it's going to show you the report that is containing all the information related to individual users. Now this is something so good that you can try to print it by simply doing a Control P and saving your report in the format of a PDF file. This PDF file will be really helpful for you to do certain more evaluations for the future time. Now this report that has been created will be helpful, and you can keep printing the report and placing them into different sections. Let's say, for example, for the midterms, for the end terms, you can develop your own report easily and just print it and save it. So in case if you want to omit something, you can remove that information. If you want to put some extra information, you can do that as well. You can select several columns from here which says, hey, I just want to have a midterm, I want to have mid 1 and 2, or maybe a quiz, or maybe a total. It's entirely dependent on you. So that becomes so simple to deliver a specific report based on the evaluation of the students. So I think that the Grade Center is one of the most exciting tools to manage the grade books, where you can try to enter all the information for the students and they will be able to see that. And just before leaving, I would also like to tell you that you can also edit the rows determined. Let's say, for example, in my case, I have 54 students here. So I'm going to say, hey, show me the info for all the 54 students. So I'm going to get the info for all the students in one shot. And I can just try to sort the items based on the one single click. For example, if I want to get to know who didn't appear in quiz 1, so I'll just on a click, I'll get to know that these 4 people haven't gone through in my quiz till now. So that becomes so easier for me to manage the entire gradebook without any problems. I hope this video is really helpful for you and would be really simple to manage your gradebooks. So till then we meet for the next time in the video. This is Nair signing off. Have a nice time.